This whole journey I'm taking on YouTube right now is meant to document my progress from going to amateur photographer towards professional photographer. And in this video, I want to start a series that I will be doing yearly where I share with you my top 5 photos from the year and a little bit of a story as to why I chose each one. I mean, one of them, I literally was told indirectly that it could be on a postcard. Pretty wild. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody out there on YouTube, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here and you haven't already taken the time to bless that subscribe button as well as the notification bell right next to it, make sure you take a second to do that so you don't miss my weekly video uploads as well as my weekly live streams on Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to start our countdown at number 5, which is a photo that I took of my friend Rachel and her son Arthur for Christmas photos. I absolutely love this photo. It perfectly envisions what I had in mind. The only thing I might have changed is maybe their outfits, so their colors of their shirts were a little brighter and they would have stood up against the background a little bit more. But hindsight is 2020. Can you even say that phrase anymore? Coming in at photo number 4 is a tattoo artist just getting after it. And there's something about it. I don't personally have tattoos. I might in the future. It's something I've thought about multiple times. I just haven't ever pulled the trigger on it. But I was walking down Commercial Street in Springfield, which is actually a very common place for all kinds of artists to hang out, whether that's photographers, painters apparently do that pre-COVID. This was a very, very busy place. And I was walking on a very rainy night and happened to notice this guy just completely focused, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take this photo. So I motioned over to him, he kind of caught his eye, and I just had my cameraman, I just shook my camera, and he nodded, he's like, yeah, absolutely, and then he just went right back to what he was doing. So I assumed that meant I was good to take a photo, and well, here you are. I really enjoyed this photo. There's something about people just doing their thing and you grab a photo of it that for me is very fulfilling. I don't mind a planned photo shoot like we did with that number 5, but I really enjoy the candid stuff. That's something I've always really liked. Photo number 3 is the first one in this list that doesn't actually have a person in it. This is a picture of the church that I'm actually currently still attending here in Springfield, Missouri, called Hope Church. Now, I imagine a few of you are probably cringing right now because Bearden for Hope is attending Hope Church. And that was actually part of how God showed me that was the church we were going to. This photo I happened to take when I was waiting for the young adults group to meet. Beforehand, I got there a little early, and I noticed how the sun was hitting behind the church. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it out. I liked this one a ton. The only thing I wish I could have done differently, and I know I'm not supposed to be critiquing them, but here I am, is the sun flare. It isn't too bad, kind of right at the corner of the church there, but that really harsh green one across the front of the building there, it's just, it's cool, but it wasn't what I wanted. Coming in at photo number 2 is actually, this was very, very, very close to being number 1. This is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. This is Marie Lake in Wyoming. I believe it's right around Laramie, Wyoming, if I'm not mistaken. On the way here, as we were moving here initially, we stopped in Laramie, Wyoming. That was our first of 2 stops. 2 stops? Yeah, 2 stops between Idaho Falls, Idaho and Springfield, Missouri. And looking at this photo, you can see why I love it. I mean, I don't know that I really need to go into a lot of details, but I will say the biggest thing that I absolutely enjoyed was that it gives me a lot of Hobbit vibes. I don't know if it gives you that same vibe. Even though I've literally never seen The Hobbit, I recognize it's very Lord of the Rings, Hobbit-ish to me. That's just the way I look at it anyway. And now, the moment you have all been watching this video for, my favorite photo of 2020 and the one that I actually printed and sent to all of my friends and family that I sent my Christmas card to, is this one right here. It's my first reflection shot that I absolutely fell in love with. It had rained that day and there was just perfect puddle. And if you guys watch 7th Era or North Borders or both here on YouTube, you guys will know that they're really big on puddles. They love the reflection shots you can get. And I loved how it wasn't raining, so it made this almost perfect glass reflection all the way to this building. Now, what's really cool about this photo is 2 things. Number 1, the owners of this business actually wanted the photo. Somebody saw it, and then my dad actually saw it, and he said, hey, you should reach out to them, see if they want the photo. So I reached out. They did. They wanted the photo, which I thought was very, very cool. So I was able to email that to the owner, and he was very excited about it. And the other thing that I really liked about this photo is I mentioned that I printed this and sent it out with my Christmas cards. Now, this is where the postcard thing comes into play, for those of you that have been waiting about that. Waiting about that was not clear English, but you knew what I meant. This photo was hanging on my mom's fridge. It was a little 4x5 sized print out, and I believe my sister was over there, and she knocked off something off the fridge, and when she went to put it back up, my brother-in-law actually pointed it out, and he went, "Hey, where'd you get that postcard?" And my mom went, "What postcard?" She didn't have any postcards on her fridge. He was talking about my photo. He didn't know it was mine. He saw it and genuinely believed it was a postcard photo, which is incredible to me, because while I loved this photo, I did not think in my head that it was postcard worthy. Absolutely phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed knowing that my art, this thing that I've been putting time into, not only gives me joy and satisfaction, but it also has given multiple other people that same joy and satisfaction of looking at it. As I said, this is going to be the first of a series, and if you enjoyed this style of video where I just kind of show you some of the photos I have taken in the last little while, drop a like on it and drop a comment below and let me know which one was your personal favorite. And until the next video, this is Bearden for Hope, and I'm signing off.